And we are live. Welcome back to another spooky episode of Discombobulated. I do apologize. The episode that we did record, we did a séance, and we had the guest get possessed by Benjamin Franklin. He told us about those people that were found in his those bodies that were found. I can't even talk about it. The bodies that were recovered in Benjamin Franklin's European home, which isn't that where you would fucking keep those things? I'm not keeping it in my American home, dead bodies. No way. I'm trying to get on the bills over there. Yeah, so sorry that episode didn't upload. It was pretty cool to get to talk to the dark side, to get to kind of reminisce with some evil spirits. I'm really sorry that episode did not upload. I don't know what happened, and I don't think we ever will. But you know, maybe we'll try to find it and release it on the Patreon. Go follow us, and by us I mean me on Patreon, and yeah, support the show so we can get more seances. Bring some spirits, ask them some questions, get some possessions in there. God, wouldn't that be sick if that was real? Dark spirit, are you with us? Yes. Oh my God. Like Ouija boards. Dude, I have never touched a Ouija board. I don't think so. Like maybe, but the thing that I definitely started realizing, because like it was the only thing my parents were like, nothing's scary. Nothing's scary. The world's not scary. You know, everything's easy except for us. Nothing's hard. Nothing's scary. But both my parents were like, if you fucking bring a Ouija board in this house, I'll cut your head off. Like, they fucking did not fucks with Ouijas. But it's also, I kind of thought, I saw through it because I was like, doesn't it say Hasbro on the side? Does it say Mattel? Is it fucking... Dude, hold on. Let me ask this Siri bish. Hey, Siri. Who makes Ouija boards? Hasbro! Ouija.
Know how to respond to that.
I don't really like you, so I don't care if you don't respond to me, Siri. Yeah, Hasbro makes it. You know, the same people that brought you Connect 4. The same people that brought you Checkers. Now, the dark side. People are like, could you imagine? That would be that would be the same thing as if someone was like, we don't play checkers in this house. Which, I grew up in a town that I swear to God there probably was. Like, I grew up in High Ridge, Missouri, which is, it's like not small enough to be like everybody knows each other. It's like just bigger than that, and everyone still pretends like it's harder for them too. They're like, oh, we live at, you don't even know how hard. If you pass up one exit to get smokes, you got to go another exit, and then there are smokes again. But yeah, dude, people like, we don't play checkers in this house. Oh God. The things parents are scared of are hilarious because they didn't have no one from my generation's parents, like none of them grew up with the internet. None of them, they would constantly remind us how little they had. You know what? You didn't have much, but you did buy a home for about $17. You did get to buy a home, and then they all got to play house and then get divorced whenever the housing market crashed. Dude, I remember that. I remember the subdivision I lived in. They were building homes. So it was during that time that we probably moved over there, and we were one of the, earlier houses. God, I remember my dad going over there and we would just watch the house be built. My dad cared so much about the inside of the house, but not how the inside of any one of his family members' brains worked. Like, he's like, the plumbing better be perfect. Slaps a kid. It is actually funny to me. Yeah, I don't need someone to mess it. Be like, are you okay? I'll tell people like stuff that's like fucked. I feel like people do that. Be like, yeah, I'll get really sad, and then you'll get a message on them from Facebook. Not that night. They won't tell you that night, but then later they'll be like, just so you know, I'm always here. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, thank you. I also wasn't sad. I was laughing. That's the only way you get through. That's, you know, you kind of become a comic. Or that fucking annoying know-it-all in the room that's like, actually, it's pronounced trauma. It's actually not pronounced trauma. That's kind of triggering for some people. Oh, okay. Is anything allowed to be triggering to me? Mm-mm. Sorry, Bobby. You're a straight white guy. The long hair helps people not see you as that immediately, but it's the next thing. Like if we were playing Guess Who, also by Hasbro. Is your guys, if you had my, like, if you're like trying to guess my guy, they're like, is he straight? You'd be like, can you be more specific? Do you mean bi? Because I don't think he is, but like, I'll give it to you, you know? I'll give it to you too, because I'm bi. I'm bi Bobby. That's the name of the episode. Dude, but yeah, I just remember like living in, we were like one of those like early houses in the subdivision. You'd go around and like, I just remember watching, because like, so my thing was like when I grew up, like, I always wanted to like escape. Like I wanted to like go play. I wanted to go play sports. Like I don't like sports now, but when I was a kid, I was like, oh, you can just go hang out with other kids. I'll go do that. But when we moved to this subdivision, and it's like, you know, you would just leave and you would just go around the subdivision, you would knock on people's doors, and people would be like, oh, my mom says I can't come out. Okay. And then you go grab some other kids, and then you come back to that kid's house, and it's like, well, everyone says you're a fucking big pussy. Okay, Mom, you can go out for 20 minutes. That's not even how long a baseball game is. And we're using, home plate is this guy's yard, then we have to run into the street. First base is that fucking mailbox, and I'm definitely going to fucking conk my head into it. Someone's going to slide into it and break their fucking pelvis. Mom! Well, were you at least safe? Because there's only winners in this house. But I just remember going, and you would go around. Because we moved from like a neighborhood that was like a little bit more, like you would knock on people's houses and like everyone was smoking in the living room, to then we moved to this new place and everyone was like kind of pretending that they had money. So you'd have people who did maybe like had mid money, whatever you want to call it. And you'd go into their house and it'd be a big empty house. Like I rewatched The Big Short the other day and I was like, holy fuck, dude, I remember that. Like I didn't understand what was going on. I just remember every family being stressed. I've talked to some of my friends. One of my friends, she lived and I would knock on their door and she was like, she would be like, just come and hang out. Like they were like one of the houses where it's like I could come hang out in there. So it's like their mom and their dad would be home and then her and her sister. And I would come in and dude, they would just be, dude, fucking dinner plates thrown across the bed, like, you goddamn bitch. And I'm just like, oh. And then they'd be like, Bobby's here. And they're like, hi, Bobby. And I'm like, hey, what's up? And they had this like fucking pink guitar, dude. And I would get that guitar out and I would like the weather, like there would be like the weather lady would be on or something like that. Or like, and I'd fucking be like, and I'm the weather lady and I'm here to say I'm Bobby and I'm freaking gay. Like whatever. I would just make up like childish songs and sing to them. And the whole family would sit down and watch me. And I swear to God, from the mouths of the children, and probably I've never asked the parents, but I think I tacked on like 2 extra years to their marriage. I think I saved their marriage by like about 2 years by just some of these bits I would do at these people's houses. And I just remember that all of them, like the fucking, oh my God, people just moving out, getting divorced, money was tight, nothing was real. People, God damn, that was, oh, what a time to be alive. Going over to people's houses and then, oh my God, dude. Is there anything worse than like is there anything worse than the smell of someone else's house? It doesn't even have to stink. It doesn't have to smell like you walk in, you're like, oh, why does it smell like cat piss in here? It's not like that. You can just walk in and you're like, where's your family from? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, and everyone in this subdivision was pretty much white. But you'd go to these people's houses and you're like, what? Oh man, is that how, like, are you guys Irish? But like, dude, oh my God. I hate going into someone's house and, oh God. They don't even know what it smells like because it's their smell. I'm sure I have it. Sometimes my nose will stink, like if I drink, my nose will stink, like the outside of not the inside of my nose, like the outside of my like pores, I can smell them, and it smells like my dad. And it sucks when you smell like a guy you don't like that as much as other people might like him. Dude, I'll take a shit, I'm like, God, that smells like my grandpa. I'll like exhale, and I'm like, oh my God, that smells like my great grandpa's house. I'm just like, oh, you got to make sure you brush every part of your gums, dude. You got to get that shit. You don't want to smell like papa. I just busted my teeth on my mug. This mug was given to me. It's the only one I have left. I need to get more mugs just because I hate washing them, but I keep... Dude, did I say washing? That's how I say it for me. Washing. I broke a mug. There's just so many broken ones. But this one is from my friend Tina Dyson Ball. Tina Dyson Ball. She is actually there. I just saw that they are on tour. They have shows coming up, so go check them out. Tina D Ball is on tour. Opening for Chelsea Lynn, Trailer Trash Tammy. Her and Libby Higgins are opening for her, and you gotta go see those fucking shows because I've talked about it before, but I wanted to go, and I told Tina I was coming because I was like, I wanted to surprise one of them, and I was like, I bet Tina might be on her phone. I was like, I thought that would be the best person to like reach out to, and so I was like, I'll at least get to like surprise Libby. So we showed up and we went to the show, and I was like, dude, super excited to, watch the show. And, dude, like, it's so cool. Cause the thing about like stand up specifically is that like everyone really, really thinks that like, the thing you have to do is like, become undeniable. And I think that that's true, but I think sometimes people get lost in being undeniable as being like, I have to be the funniest person. So what things about myself should I change to accomplish that? And I would suggest going and watching these shows because every single person on the show is so uniquely themselves that the fan base that they get from it, from being undeniably, authentically themselves and working hard, is just audiences that are fucking screaming. I've said it before, but I felt like I was hanging out with like the Beatles, dude. And you just have to go see them live. It's amazing. I'll never forget, dude. My friend Libby, she was on stage, and like, she's one of the funniest people ever, dude. I love doing. She's bit city, dude. She'll just fucking sit around and do bits with you. Oh yeah. And she was on stage in Chicago, and there was like a security guard that just was like kind of standing by, like not like too close to the stage or anything like that, just was like standing there, like you would see at a show. And Libby, he just like goes to walk to like a different part, super normal thing. And Libby just is like hyper aware, and like how I am too. Like I'll like notice stuff no one's noticing. And then all of a sudden he just walks away, and she just goes, "You're abandoning your post." And dude, it just like brought the room down. And she like, you could see her like getting in that moment. And the guy literally was like, "Oh, should I go back?" Like she was like, "I'm just kidding with you." And like, that's what I love about them, is that they are like so uniquely themselves. And I definitely, when I started, I was like, the jokes, you gotta do that. And it matters so much, but like, I never thought about like finding just like your fans. And I think that's the way that like so many people don't think about comedy, because so many people are like, well, you got to go through every club. You know what, dude? It has to completely fucking suck before you can make it. And I'll suggest, as a guy who's slept in his car when it's been 24 degrees Fahrenheit outside and inside the car, lost my voice, as a guy who bargains with the front hotel desk because you have so little money that they're like, and we actually need to we have to hold $50 for an incidental fee. And I'm like, listen, I swear to God, if I break anything, I'll stay here until it's fixed. But if you can't hold that $50, because that's how I'm going to eat and replenish my cells. I would suggest just being yourself, doing exactly what you want, and like not listening to other people while still becoming undeniable, which is what they do also. But they're just like such a unique thing. Because when I came up, because I met Libby and she was like making vines, and I remember like certain comics around that time were like, they'd get upset if someone like didn't necessarily be like, oh, they didn't come through a club or do this. And I'm like, yeah, but isn't it more impressive to accomplish something in a way that no one ever has before? Isn't that like a remarkable and like notable thing to do? I don't know. I'm stupid. But that's like, I think that. Oh my God. Is Siri still listening to me? I don't know how to respond to that. Yeah, I don't care. And I always like I think it's like easy for certain people to be like, oh man, if people just did stuff on TikTok, Vine and stuff too. And it's like, oh, if that's all they did, then keep doing stand up and add that to it. It should be that easy, right? It's fucking not. Everyone wants to shortchange how fucking easy this is. And then people will also be like, it's also like one of the hardest things ever. People are like, I'd rather die than go on stage and talk to so many people. So go on tour, go check out the tour dates and go see Chelsea Lynn, the Trailer Trash Tammy team, and go fucking check that out because they're fucking awesome. And I hope I get to see them on the road. I have been so busy. Babaloo ain't getting to go nowhere. I'm in St. Louis and I have prior engagements here. I have on October 13th. A show at Perennial. Tickets are selling well, but they're not sold out. So go ahead and make sure that you buy those and sell those fuckers out. Because I got to get my... I'm trying to get my foreskin reattached, and it is not cheap. Bobby, why would you want your foreskin reattached to your dick? Why do you assume that's where I'm reattaching it? I'm just reattaching it to me. I'm thinking about covering up one of my nipples with it. Get like a balloon, like the end of a balloon. And then leave the other one out free. Like one looks like it's got like a little bit of a soft macaroni noodle. And then the other one just my little nip. So please donate to the fund. Make sure the funds go to me. It's raining out. I hope it's not too annoying. I'll be honest. That was like a line I feel like I had to say. I was like, hey, I hope that audio is bad. I really couldn't give a fuck less because I've also listened to a podcast and people be like, hey, I'm really sorry about the audio. And I'm like, yeah, it's okay. You know, if I like, dude, I used to have this Batman movie when I was a kid. And at the end, the I don't know what happened, but the movie stopped syncing up. Like the audio isn't synced up. And I didn't call Batman. I was just like, yeah, this part of the movie, Jack Nicholson will say a line and then his mouth will move. What else? I had to change my bike tire the other day. And I've never done it. And I did it so fast. And I was so proud of myself that I was like, I at no point was actually going to do this, but I could have made like a Facebook post like a fucking old ass guy like, guys, life might be hard, but just so you know, you can accomplish tasks anytime. I changed my own bike tire. Wow, a thing that 5th graders can do on their own. I did it. Life's crazy. And then I get on my bike and it doesn't have brakes. I'm like, I'll adjust these in 6 months. But when I get to stops, I just go back and forth until I stop. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, my fucking God. Yeah, but it is raining. Dude, the fall weather has got me. I think I have fall allergies too. I used to like never take medicine or anything, but I think I need to start taking like allergy medicine. Is that what it's? I don't think. I need some Claritin. I don't know, but dude, the other day I was like walking, and this fucking guy, he had a blower out, and he was blowing the grass, and the other guy was cutting the grass, and I just walked through like how the Jetsons get ready in the morning, but it felt like instead of the shower, it was just like grass. And as soon as I walked through, I was like, Bobby doesn't feel very good. What was that? I think those are these allergies starting to get to me. Dude, I don't want them because I always, when I was a kid, I honestly, that was probably like, I definitely thought those were like fake. I was like, just breathe like me. But they're not. They're not kidding. They really got that shit. Dude, just woke up, cup of coffee, got a little bit of poop out. Ready to get a little bit more poop out in a little bit. Bobby, why are you pooping so much? Because at night, the amount of sugar that I've been ingesting is so disgusting. It's disgusting. It's... okay. So I'll eat... Like last night I ate... Oh my God. But technically I like kind of fast. Like that's why I eat this much. Because like I've always wondered... Like I've had friends when I was growing up that like... I was not like I would fluctuate my weight, but I was never like super big. And I would just like, because it's like I won't eat, and then at night I'll eat so much. But then I let my body, it's not good to do that. It's like the worst way to eat. And last night, like, dude, I fell asleep eating caramel popcorn. Like I'm at that point where I'm like I'm in my bed just eating caramel popcorn, rolling around on kernels. Oh. And then I had 2 ice cream sandwiches. I ate an ice cream sandwich and was like, I wish I had an ice cream sandwich long, and I wish this fucker kept going for another Neapolitan. I used to call it Napoleon, and no one corrected me. That's how you know no one gives a fuck about you when you're like a kid, is you'll say stuff and everyone's like, he's gonna die. No one, don't correct him. I literally remember a teacher when I was a kid, we were like learning how to tell time, and I was like, it was like at the time where it was like, what's this? And everyone's like 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock. And they're like, now we're going to get tricky. So then it would be like right before, but I'd see the clock was like closer to the 5. So I'd be like 5. And she's like, no, but it's like, it's like 4:50. I'm like, okay. And because like the things before, and I remember, I swear to God on every fucking thing, dude, that it came around and I was like, 3:30. And it was like 4, whatever. I like said the wrong one. And she goes, good. And the girl next to the teacher, because we're like all sitting in a circle, she goes, that's not right. And she goes, shut up. And she just moved on. I swear to God. That's what happens when your grandpa's the deacon of the church. Your other grandpa is one of the maintenance men at the church. Your dad, part-time maintenance, is here. Everyone knows your family here. You get to not tell time. And I've always fucking hated that. Like, even when I started at the firehouse, I was like, I don't want nepotism. I don't want you guys to treat me different. If you guys are going to talk shit on my dad, like, he's just a different guy who works here, go ahead. Like, I'm not, don't do that. And I do think that I got that sometimes. And I fucking hate it. I don't like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool to like get into the door. They're like, oh, this person knows you, so now you know who they are. But like, special treatment actually doesn't feel great. Wow, Bobby, show us how white you are. I said that really weird, but it was just because I got coffee grounds in my mouth. I like, you said that really weird. It's like in the back of my throat that it's just not going to come out. Get out of there. Get out of there. Whatever. I think that the seasonal depression this year, I really think is going to hit everybody because we're enough out of the pandemic that everyone's like past, like, just like, I'm so glad to see you. We're kind of at that point where it's like, you know, like after a funeral where everyone's like, we should get together. And then 2 weeks later, you're like, I got to work, dude. I hope you don't die. But when you do, I'll pretend I'm sad. And then we'll come back and people are fake. Yeah. People are artificial sweeteners. They're so bad. Yeah. Oh, dude, I gotta get my tax. Dude, I'm just gonna tell you guys my to-do list of. I gotta get my tax guy my taxes. And I tell you what, nothing gives you body dysmorphia like doing your taxes. If you're me, you're just like, oh, I guess I look in the mirror. I guess I am a humongous piece of shit who's making nothing. And I just realized that's how little I care about money. Now I have to. Now everyone literally has to, or it's like you're gonna have. It's getting to the point where I'm like, you're like my social credit score, like your credit score is gonna like people be hanging around me, be like, hey Bobby, I'm really sorry, but like I think my credit score is going down by hanging out with you. You can call me tomorrow, but not for very long because it will plummet. I was talking to a comedian who I won't say, but I swear to God, when I was by them, I felt like they were judging me as if they were being like, dude, I bet your FICO is like embarrassing. I bet your FICO is like the age of a person could make it to like on Earth. Like someone could live to be 99. Dude, I just found out that is like that's like really new. The FICO, like a credit score. Hate it. Not a fan. Not a fan of how money works. What if we went back to the good old days? I can't even think of one time. This is actually not a bad time. It's just, it is a bad time. But has it kind of always been a bad time? Do you think it's just going to be a bad time and then humans are gone? What's the best time in like the planet's history? Gotta be dinosaurs. Dinosaurs, but then it was probably a violent time. But probably the best time is whenever it was just cells and like bacteria moving around. You know, the time before you have any problems, you wake up as a species just being like, ooh, like that. What? And then it was when we started getting together as teams of, hey, we could start a cell or whatever. And then we start to get together in groups. And I don't know. I'm not going to pretend right now to know how everything built up. But it's like, you know, I know it started small and then got to us. And now we're this big corporate organization of a human body. And God, do we suck. Dude, we are. We're like this big, we're like a big corporation. You make stuff. We have to take all of this in and then we shit it out back into the world like those fucking, like a big oil company of poops. God, we're all just shitting all the time, aren't we? Oh God, are we just here to shit? Is that not Is that not the meaning of life? When you're on mushrooms, everyone thinks the meaning of life is like, we're trees. I am and you are and everything. And I'm like, no, we're all just shitting. If we weren't shitting, I would like believe in like how like witches are spiritual and stuff, you know? Like if all of a sudden they were like, I manifested no asshole. And now I get to take in berries and I'm just like, ooh. But when you're wiping your ass and checking it, that's not a good, what the hell is, what the hell? What? Goddamn, thank you, Sam. Uncle Sam. Dude, I never liked that. They're like, United States, Uncle Sam. I'm like, how cool are your uncles? Like, I don't hear Uncle Sam and hear anything of just like you hear Uncle Sam and you're just like, oh my God. Even those posters, they're like, that got people to like sign up for the military is like, Uncle Sam wants you. I'd be like, okay, geez, fuck it. Are you pointing at him? Ronald McDonald wants you to eat McDonald's. It is good though. I love me some McDonald's. The only thing that sucks is how you feel afterwards. It's wild how good you feel then, and then next day you'll take a shit where like, I think I'm just getting to the point where whenever I shit it out, it still is it becomes a McChicken again. Which, dude, they really upped the prices. I don't like to complain about shit you really can't change. I don't think McDonald's is... Do you think they have a customer support line? Do you think people like... If you're like, my fries were cold, they're like, we are so sorry about that. You just kind of have to know that, like, what would you say? 1 out of every 3 times, it's like your fries aren't going to be great. Your patty is not going to be aligned. It's gonna seem like they made your burger and then set it in the back of a U-Haul and then drove down a fucking bumpy road and then grabbed it. And they're like, whatever's left on it, however it is, that's how we put it into the box. And then like, every 9th time you open it up, like some fucking steam comes off of it. You fucking open up the bag, you reach for a fry, you're like, ooh, I almost burnt my little hands. Oh my God, are my fries so hot I gotta wait a second to eat them? I don't take them out as if they're just cooked spaghetti in there. They're just sitting there, just slopping around. I asked for condiments and they didn't charge me money. Hey, can I get a sweet and sour? And they cut it in half and give it to you. Hey, can I get some sweet and sour and hot mustard? Yeah, but I got to call my mom real quick. Okay, sorry I asked. Hey, can I get the worst amount? Can I get a ketchup packet that's the worst size? I squeeze it out. Half of it's on my fingers. And then I'm like, where do I throw my ketchup packet now? Oh, God, I feel like every time I'm eating at McDonald's, I'm always like figuring it out, like how to set it up. The only thing I did learn is in one of my old cars, I guess if I was eating while driving, I don't think I did that a lot, but if, like you'd eat on like lunch and shit too. But like I remember that where my arm rested, like on the window side, I could set it in there and peel open those like little like hot mustards, and it would sit pretty perfectly. I think I could get 2 in there and fucking Dunkerinos, both of those. Oh God, I love being a piece of shit when I eat. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. I love it. Love it. That was from PBS. Every day when you're walking down the street, is it offensive to sing this song? Because it's a reggae song. And I say, hey, hey, what a wonderful kind of... I'll sing it like me. I'll sing it white. You got to learn to walk and play and get along with each other. Everybody say, hey, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. You get to learn to walk and play and get original points of view. Whoa. And I say, hey, jump into the crowd. What a wonderful time to be gay. I can kiss this guy and this guy. And then that guy. I stop crowd surfing, just start kissing. Oh my God. I don't have a desire to crowd surf. But I do have a desire now that I was singing that song to be dressed as Arthur crowd surfing. Because thinking of like actual Arthur crowd surfing is like the coolest thing ever. He does it. And then all of a sudden he's like, DW. And she sees him and then the whole crowd drops him. Ah! Did anyone watch that show? God, I used to watch that show. A buddy of mine sent me a video from the internet the other day that had that song in it, and it made me think of that. God, we used to watch the fuck out of that show. Because I really grew. I was like one of the last kids to get any sort of technology. My family spent all of their money getting their generational wealth ready, and then I'd be like, I have something due tomorrow, and they're like, well, we don't have a printer. And I'm like, well, the school I go to assumes you have one. That's crazy. But yeah, I didn't have like certain channels and stuff. I was so late getting stuff. So I only had like 5 channels. So like I would come home and like, dude, I feel like part of my like I look up to Judge Judy. Still do. Do you know she flies in every day to do that show? That could be a lie. I've never looked that up. Let me look it up. Hey Siri, does Judge Judy fly into work every day?
Here's what I found.
I hate weeding. Oh my God, and then it goes away? Hold on. It's difficult to remember a time in the courtroom when she wasn't here. Yeah. Oh, and then the rest of it's just white. It's just, no, I'm just scrolling and I can't see anything. Oh, except for the ads. That's great. I'm glad that the ads come up first. It's really cool. Wow, unlimited $15 a month for something I can't even fucking read? Cool. Wow, unlimited $15 a month for what? And then it's just pictures of Britain. What? Just pictures of what? I don't even care. Judge Judy, okay, tell me about your life. In 2009, a typical work day. We work. I work 52 days a year. I fly out to California every other Monday, and I work Tuesday. Okay, so, but she flies out a lot. So I still look up to her. But, dude, I just remember coming home and just, like, watching her. Ugh. The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings, final. This is horror. It sounded like I was getting like choked out by her as I was doing it. I was like, this is horror court. Judge Judith Shiland. All rise for the honorable court. Judge Judith Shiland. Dude, she could walk on stage. Like as she gets on, she could walk up and fucking punch a juror in the face. I know they don't have those. But she could do that and then like put up peace signs and then be like, what's up? You guys ready to get started? And everyone would be like, okay. Oh, dude, I love me some Judge Judy. I would marry Judge Judy. I wouldn't care to lose every argument in my entire life. Hey, Judy. Hey, baby. Excuse me, sweetheart. She comes downstairs. How would she travel? By an animal you've never seen before, for sure. She's just like laying on its back, totally naked. She comes in, but her everything about her is sexy. But then she comes in, and she's like, "Well, go ahead." I go, "Well, I noticed. Okay, I don't need just what? I noticed that you only left like you just left like such a small amount of milk in there that it almost seems like you could have thrown away or dumped it out or used that." Okay, hold on. Did you buy the milk? No, Judge Judy, I don't work anymore because since I've married you, I do just live here kind of as your like little servant boy. Yeah, that's right. So if I'm hearing you correct, and correct me if I am, the bailiff's right there, and he's just standing there, fully in gear. They fuck. I'm like dating her, but when we have, it's like a scheduled time for us to like kiss. And the bailiff's just standing there, and he takes the milk jug, and he's like, "This milk jug," he's like, "Exhibit A," and he smacks me in the face with it, and I say, "Thank you," and I go lay down in a bed that is the shape of Judge Judy, and I lay down, and her fake robe arms hug me, and then I try to get out, and she's like, "It's nap time for Bobby." I'm like, "I'm not ready for nap time." Dude, I did have to take a nap yesterday, and I fucking felt like that. I literally was like, I am so exhausted. I've been neglecting things. I've been over drinking coffee and eating sugar all night. I'm having a crash right now. Like, I got to lay down, and I laid down. I was like, I don't want to. I was like, I'm like puffing my pillow up. I'm like, fine. Oh God. I felt like when you were a kid, I remember I would, she's actually a cousin, but it felt more like an aunt or whatever. And she would watch me, and she would babysit me. And dude, again, another house that I can smell right now, dude. It was off 55. I could fucking point it out if we were going to the South County Mall in St. Louis, dude. They built like one of those like stupid, like makes the highways too loud, like one of those walls. But dude, I would go over to this house, and this house had a fucking smell, dude. Oh God, oh my God. Imagine like a constant smell of SpaghettiOs and like other kids, like when they get like watched somewhere or whatever. So like different, like, just like, God, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, and it's like always just like the dishes were fucking full, just like one of those houses. But they did have cable, and I remember watching it there. But like, I remember like I would watch Nickelodeon, and I was like, oh my God, dude, I don't have this at home. And she would make me go to, like, she's like, all right, it's time to take a nap. And I'd be laying there, and I felt like, it felt worse than hell. It felt like purgatory. You're like, this is never gonna end. And I just felt like I would lay there. And I'm like, I actually can't sleep. She's like, then just lay there then. And then she would just watch fucking stupid soap operas. I remember it too. And she's always kind of been like this. And this is whatever. But I remember, you ever have an adult be like a real bitch to you, and they think that you're not going to remember it? She was just like, and I love her. She's my family, but she was just so mean to me. I remember I was like, I just don't think I can sleep. She's like, then just go lay there. Go. But I kind of miss my mom right now. She's like, go lay down. And she's like watching like As the World Turns. I'm like, oh, sucks. I'd stomp back upstairs in the stinky house. You know exactly that smell I'm talking about too. God, I hate the smell of other people's homes. I fucking hate that. God. Like a smell of someone else's car is like even different. Because you get in their car and sometimes that'll have a smell, but it'll be like familiar. You'll be like, whoa, we got a Taco Bell lady in the house. Ooh, and then you get like one of those like stinky socks cars where you're just like they just let their car get rained in. That's a smell. And then there's like the overly clean ones. I don't like that either. I'm going to be honest. It's like it's got to be a very neutral. I'm not saying mine doesn't. Mine probably has the smell too. I'm not saying I don't, but I'm telling you the ones I like. But you ever get in a car that like smells so nice that you're like, what are you hiding? Oh, my car. I take a really good care of my car, and I'm always cleaning it. Okay. You don't wait till it builds up too much. And then you kind of haphazardly stop at a car wash, and you're just throwing so much stuff away that you're like, is someone going to come ask me questions? Hi, sir. Is everything okay? Yeah. We noticed you're throwing away monumentally more than everyone else. I know. I'm addicted to beef jerky. But whenever someone's car is like I had a cousin whose car, the inside was always like too clean and nice, and it smelled good, and he would like be so weird when we were kids. And he has like a drug problem. Or I don't know if he had a drug problem. He had an alcohol problem, which is a drug or whatever. But I just think that they're different. You know, I think that they're bad, but they're different. You know, like how red and blue are both colors, but they're different. You know. But yeah, so honestly, yeah, if you get in someone's car, they got to be the right amount of like nasty, not too nasty. Hey, what am I talking about? I don't even fucking have a car right now. I can't wait. I know that I haven't had a car in so long that I'm going to buy it and I'm going to drive it. And as soon as I go to make the turn off, I'm going to turn and I'm just going to I'm just going to get plowed into and I'm going to be back at square one. Bobby, don't talk about that. You're manifesting it. Oh, okay. I think I'm going to get a car and it's going to be so fun that when I drive it, it's going to go everywhere. No one's going to bump into it. People are going to become better drivers overnight. It's not going to be like what you know. I hate when I say negative things that I think are just me being like honest. And people they're like, Bobby, don't talk that negative. I'm like, oh, okay. Go have your positive speech that you say so kindly to yourself. Go have that keep working for you as you know those fucking people that they are like, oh, don't speak negative. Even though I have the most cookie cutter life you've ever seen before. And when I talk about my spouse, it seems like I want to hang myself. When I think about him, I hate him. Be like me and don't be negative. No, the negative speech kind of helps me in a way. But yeah, that's the pod. I am excited to say that I have a couple new things that we are working on. And when I say we, there is someone else actually helping me with this. But I have some new merch, but still merch available. We have the Discombobulated mugs and t-shirts for sale. I'm very excited to make some additions, and I have shows coming up. October 13th at Perennial is the most recent one, and then Flyover, I believe the second week in November 9th through the 11th, I believe, right? I clicked on the ad. I didn't mean to. Flyover Comedy Fest. Yeah. 2023. Yeah, I was completely right. November 9th through the 11th. 9/11. Don't forget that. That's it. So have a good whatever time it is for you. I hope you're doing well. Share the podcast with someone. Send it to someone you love. Send it to everyone you hate. That's the episode. Have a good night. Bye-bye.